Yep, we have to see what's going on. What's the latest on the tropics? You just had a development before the break here, Jen.
That's exactly right. Right before we went to break not too long ago, we did get an update on Hurricane Idalia. We were expecting it with that 10 a.m. advisory, and so Idalia is continuing to strengthen. We had expected this. We've been talking about it. We're only expecting Idalia to continue to strengthen further, heading into today, heading into the overnight hours, and into tomorrow, just before that landfall approach. Again, warm water temperatures out in the Gulf right now. Idalia is thriving out there. And so the sustained winds, 85 miles per hour, the wind gusts getting up to 105. That track still moving north at 14 miles per hour. So still right now at that category 1 strength. But as it continues really to push further north in these warm waters, it's only going to be feeding the system and beginning to strengthen it as it heads closer towards the Big Bend region there on the Florida Peninsula in between the Panhandle. Now taking a look at that updated track again, still expecting it to strengthen by this afternoon or evening into that category 2 hurricane. After that, potentially becoming that major category 3 hurricane before making landfall heading into the early morning hours tomorrow for Wednesday, continuing to track really just along Georgia and the Carolinas there before reemerging back out into the Atlantic, heading closer towards the weekend, even keeping that hurricane strength or the tropical storm strength the entire time. As we look in just a little bit closer again, here's really where that track continues to stay in that Big Bend region as you head a little bit further east from Apalachicola, heading closer towards the Cedar Key region. So we'll continue to monitor, keep it updated. But these Futurecast models, they are staying honed in on that location. So if we stay on the west side of the system, which is expected, again, not expecting any major changes like that, we're mainly going to be seeing the impacts be in the form of rip current risks for tomorrow and also heading closer towards Thursday. So taking a look at our Futurecast models, we head closer towards Tuesday afternoon, evening, still looking a little bit better there on the Futurecast models, but we'll really start to see more of that development heading into the overnight hours. You can start to see that eye wall beginning to form there, heading into early tomorrow morning, looking a lot better once it's offshore. And then here's where really that expected landfall time is, just after sunrise, heading into 7 a.m. This is going to be really actually 8 a.m. for the East Coast there. By the time we make it further on into tomorrow, still impacting portions there of Jacksonville, Gainesville, and also Orlando, Tallahassee, Valdosta. All of them are going to be seeing the impacts from Idalia. And then as you do take a look at some of those models and what they're expecting heading into tomorrow, again, really focusing on that Big Bend region. After that, a little bit questionable on where it reemerges back out into the Atlantic. We'll continue to monitor and keep you updated. Here locally, again, biggest impacts mainly just going to be those rip current risks, possibly some isolated showers from a far outer rain band heading into tomorrow, but bringing us some much needed rain. Coming up in just a little bit, I'll talk more about our forecast, run through our Futurecast for today because expecting more storms for your Tuesday. All that's coming up soon. Joe.
Right. Welcome back to Studio 10. We've got Jen in the kitchen, Joe.
So we're making football treats all week long. Yesterday, I made your standard Velveeta Rotel dip, and it was delicious as it always is. We're going on the sweet side today, Jen.
That's exactly right. This is one that I always like to make because I noticed a lot of people bring more of the savory dishes to some of the tailgates, and sometimes the dessert can be left out. Maybe you grab a thing of cookies, but I like this one because it is a little bit more on the homemade side. It's different than what people normally have. And so I made cookie dough dip today. It is absolutely fantastic. A lot of these things I already had in my pantry, and I paired them up with pretzels. You can do graham crackers. I just broke them off into fourth. You can even do Teddy Grahams. Maybe if your team is the Bears, then that'll work out well.
Cute.
Yeah, and then if
that's a good idea.
And then if Alabama fans, you can put some red sprinkles in it just to help get some of that. Auburn, if you can find some of the orange, the blue sprinkles. I don't think they're going to have any maroon sprinkles for my Mississippi State Bulldogs.
You could get animal crackers and separate the elephants for Alabama.
There you go.
That's creativity.
See, coming out with the good ideas. And so, like I said, this is super, super simple. So what you're going to start off with is a block of cream cheese. I would have liked for this to be a little bit more soft than what I provided for you guys today.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. So let it sit out for just a little bit. So 1 block of cream cheese, half a stick of butter.
That butter's white.
Yeah, that one's more of a margarine butter.
Nice.
Saving money today.
Yeah.
And so half a teaspoon of salt. You're going to do 1/3 cup powdered sugar. If you don't have powdered sugar, you can do normal sugar as well. And then also you're going to add, I have my low ingredients here, 2.5 teaspoons of vanilla. And then for the brown sugar, you have about 1/2 cup of brown sugar.
Easy.
Super easy. I'm just reusing the bowl that I had earlier.
Yeah.
I did this in the commercial break earlier. Sorry, Ryan, I moved that. And I kind of made a mess of it on my dress. So we'll see how this one goes today. I'm trying to smash it just a little bit better. I know.
This is so good, y'all. Like, I love it. I love it.
Well, that's what I told Jen. I said, you know, usually with little recipes, it takes a lot for a recipe to really sit with me and go home and make it. But we host people all the time. We go to football parties on Saturdays.
I've never been over there.
I have, actually.
Joe, you can come over anytime. But this is something we'd all love.
I was gonna say, yeah, it takes just a little bit to mix it. Sorry, it's kind of loud right now. That's why I did that one in the break. I know.
I'm gonna eat another one then.
Please go eat another one. I like this. It's always been a hit anytime I've made it. It probably would do just a little bit more mixing than that, and then it
looks
just
great.
eyeball the baking chips.
You know-
However many, I do mini chocolate chips. You can do normal. You can do color.
No, Minnie, you do it perfect. Minnie is the way to go.
Why?
Because you don't want a big, well, unless like you're Mick over there, like you just eat as much sugar as possible. I feel like it works better with the chip to have it be or with the graham cracker.
A little more bite size.
Do you like the graham cracker or the pretzels better?
Here's what I told Jen. I think my first choice is the graham cracker, but I really love the saltiness that the pretzel brings.
And then also I'd serve this more room temperature too. That way it's more of
Really?
the creamy. You can chill it, however, just make sure that you cover it in case you want to make it the day before. But
Nice
super
job,
simple. Like I
Jen.
said, most of those ingredients, I think besides the cream cheese, I already had in my pantry.
Yeah.
So affordable, easy, sweet and good.
I'm legit gonna like try to do this.
See, I'm excited by that.
Yeah.
We did that one. You have my Dale sliders coming up soon that were a big hit with everyone.
Jen's just in the kitchen these days, you guys. She's just working in the kitchen and with the weather too. So this will be on our website if you want the recipe. Again, really simple, easy. Jen, thank you for
Thank
the
you.
deliciousness this morning. Good stuff.
Great stuff, y'all. All right, summer is pretty.
Well, going ahead, taking another look at your forecast and taking a live view outside right now at Orange Beach. And really the waves looking nice so far for today. We could possibly see some of this get a bit more stirred up heading later on into this afternoon and this evening. And the rain shower chances, they are increasing as we make our way closer towards lunchtime. So do keep that in mind. We're still starting to track some isolated showers, mainly impacting our coastal areas at this time. You can start to see some of that rain lifting up Dauphin Island, Gulf Shores, Orange Beach, Pensacola, Navarre, mainly looking at the highest potential to see some of that. Looking in just a little bit closer towards the Florida Panhandle, Gulf breeze, also downtown Pensacola, just some light rain and drizzle, but we'll really start to see those chances ramp up for the second half of today. So timing things out in our futurecast, starting off for this morning. Again, mainly some isolated coastal showers to begin, and then by the time we make it later on into this afternoon and this evening, that's when these chances really begin to ramp up. So as your kids are getting out from school, as you're getting home from work, setting down for dinner, this is where we'll really start to see some of these heavy showers, some frequent lightning possible. Really between around 3 to 7 is going to be the best timing for more of these widespread showers. And do keep in mind that frequent lightning, that's also going to continue to stay possible heading later on into today, and will turn isolated heading into the overnight hours. Now, by this afternoon, daytime highs maxing out in the upper 80s closer towards the coast. As you head further inland, more of those lower to mid 90s. We broke a record yesterday. Some more sunshine. However, today, still expecting more of those showers and thunderstorms by the second half of today, but humidity is sticking around, so we're going to be feeling warmer. We're going to be feeling like we're in the triple digits heading later on into today. So do be cautious. Still hot out there, but luckily by 8 o'clock, now that we're starting to see some of the relief in the form of rain, we'll start to be feeling a little bit better. Now, taking a look at radar and satellite, what we're starting to see, this is going to be Hurricane Idalia, and then also we have Hurricane Franklin still churning out there in the Atlantic, a major hurricane at this time. Idalia expected to join Franklin later on heading into the overnight hours and into tomorrow morning when it is expected to be that Category 3 hurricane before making landfall. Now, again, we did receive that last advisory at 10 a.m. Those sustained winds at 85 miles per hour, gusting up to 105, moving north at 14 miles per hour. The system still expected to strengthen heading into today, potentially becoming that Category 2 hurricane by this afternoon or this evening, and then becoming that Category 3, that major hurricane before making landfall early tomorrow morning. Still aiming closer towards the Big Bend region there in Florida. Now, coming up in just a little bit, I'm going to talk more about